Good morning. And I wanted to say before we get started, if you have flowers, please put them up here in the baskets for our flower communion service later. I am Reverend Tom Capo, and my pronouns are he, him, and his. For those of you who can't see me, I have a very bright, colorful tie and stole with flowers on it. And I am the minister here at Unitarian Universalist Fellowship of Vero Beach. You're here. Or as we call it, UUFVB. Whether you're young or old, gay or straight, or identify in some other manner, whether you're on top of the world or burdened by the worries of the world, whether you are gathered here with us or out there somewhere in cyberspace, we embrace you just as you are. If you're visiting with us for the first time, or the second or third for that matter, we warmly welcome you and invite you to join us at coffee hour. It's follow people, they go that way in the fellowship hall. And if you're relatively new, get a red mug. That way somebody will give you a greeting and talk to you and figure out why you're here. And maybe they'll tell you why they're here and all that kind of stuff. If you have cell phones, I can't imagine anybody doesn't in this room. If you could be sure that they're silenced, that would be fabulous. You know, we used to say beepers, but, you know, I haven't used a beeper since, I don't know, before the 21st century, I guess. I'm going to do something I try not to do very often now, which is make multiple announcements. So, first of all, in the top of your order of service somewhere it says, there are auction leftovers. So, if you're interested in anything left over from the auction, you pay whatever you want. I mean, donate to think you're donating to the church and walk away with it. We just don't want those things anymore. I have a room upstairs I want to start using as, you know, for people to gather in, and we have to get rid of all that stuff to do that. I have a real special announcement. The green team, do we have some of the green team members here? Raise your hand if you're with the green team here. We have some green team members. They were able to get our renewal for green sanctuary certification from the UUA this week. Yay! Amazing and fabulous. One other thing, and it's not in the order of service, just didn't get in there for some reason or another. I'm having a worship committee meeting today in the Olympia Brown Room at about 11:30. So if you're interested in worship, if you want to tell us something about worship, if you want to be a pulpit host, if you're at all interested in worship, you're welcome to come, and everybody's welcome. You know, actually all of our meetings here, in case you didn't know, are open to everybody. So feel free to come. We want to hear from you, okay? All right. Now what's next? Oh, we're going to greet one another. So if you look around, see who you know, you don't know, just talk to somebody. Say hello. Be sure everybody gets a hello this morning, okay? It is our tradition to light a chalice at the beginning of our service. And say some words that ground us and prepare us for the service. So if you'll join me. We are people of different origins, with different life stories. Each of us is unique. While each of our paths is quite different, we have common goals: to deepen our connection with the spirit of life, to do the spiritual and justice work in our hearts, and to reach out to others. Let us light the chalice to strengthen our awareness of togetherness.
Do you favorite around the nation and probably the world? Blue Boat Home. If you want your teal hymnal, it's 1064, but it'll also be up on the screens. And we're going to sing every verse of it because we all love this song so much. So please rise in body or spirit as you are willing or able. Feel free to sway.
Still my dry land heart can say, I've been sailing all my life now. Never harbor or port have I known. The wide universe is the ocean I travel, and the earth is my blue boat. Sun my sail and moon my rudder as I ply the starry sea, leaning over the edge in wonder, casting questions into the deep, drifting here with my ship's companions, all we kindred pilgrim souls, making our way by the lights of the heavens in our beautiful blue boats. I give thanks to the waves upholding me, hail the great winds urging me on, greet the infinite sea before me, sing the sky my sailor's song. I was born upon the fathoms, never harbor or port have I known. The wide universe is the ocean I travel, and the earth is my blue boat.
I just love that song. That was a good choice, Tom.
That's right. I'm about to tell you a story, and I invite you to really engage with it. Maybe imagine yourself as different flowers, or the sun, or the wind, or maybe even the little girl in a story. Maybe you can picture the colors, or you can take in the smells, feel the movement, enjoy the story through all of your senses. And most importantly, remember that every flower, just like every person, is important. Once upon a time, there was a tiny flower. She grew up out of the ground in a small patch of dirt between the sidewalk and the street. She didn't know what she was because she didn't have a family around her that looked like her. She was bright yellow with red in the center, seemingly growing out of the center. One day, just as she had fully bloomed, the wind kicked up, and as she was blown around, she caught the glimpse of the area around her, and it was amazing. She saw so many different flowers blooming that she gasped in wonder and awe. The wise old sunflower growing in the yard nearby leaned down his big stalk and said, "Isn't it wonderful that we get to be part of all this beauty?" We do, my friends. We get to be part of beauty. You know, here in Vero, every year, something amazing happens. You know what it is? Well, before I tell you, I know that we all know that Florida boasts year-round flowers blooming. But there's a special thing this time of year, in the spring. It's a time when wildflowers bloom. The coreopsis, the wild white indigo, the Florida green eyes, the blue-eyed grass and buttonbush. They are a part of our springtime, the beauty that surrounds us. Well, back to the story. One Sunday morning, a young girl on her way to the fellowship, her family was rushing because they wanted to try to be here early for once. Mom was carrying a bunch of flowers for their flower communion, and Dad was wrangling her little brother who just wanted to bring all his trains. The little girl was wandering around the sidewalk in front of their home and stopped in front of a beautiful yellow flower with red at its center. She knelt down to look at more closely and smell it. And right as the breeze kicked up, it was as if the flower turned toward her. And she knew right at that moment that she had to bring this flower to church. And so she plucked it gently and went to the car with her parents to go to church. Now, this particular flower we've already talked about. And she was overwhelmed by this new adventure, seeing things it had never seen before. Trees and birds, cars and people, so many warblers and orioles and thrushes. And when they arrived at the fellowship, the little girl was so excited she could hardly sit still. She wiggled and jumped and tried to wait patiently for a moment meant for her flower. It felt like it took forever. You know, sometimes the minister talked a lot, and it just became boring for that little kid. But finally the moment came, and they were invited to bring their flowers up, and she carefully put her flower in the basket. And she leaned down and whispered to the flower, "You are here to help us remember to make the world more beautiful." The flower thought about that and pulled itself up tall and remembered exactly what the sunflower had said. "Isn't it wonderful to be part of so much beauty?" even among the gorgeous roses and funny-looking milkweeds and the carnations, she felt special. At the same time, she knows she was being part of this moment, meant something special to all the people here. What is even more dazzling, my friends, is that every flower, every single flower is different. Each has its own unique beauty and color and smell and look, just like us. We are like all these beautiful, diverse flowers, each of us different and unique, but each of us beautiful, and each of us necessary to make this a beautiful, wonderful fellowship. So thank you. Thank you.
And now we'll sing the children out to their classes.
As you journey, may you know, love and hope go with you, love and hope go with you, learn and grow, learn and grow.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
That's what we do all the time at our house. So now I want to light a candle for peace. What does that mean to you? Is it peace in the Middle East or peace between people in this diverse country? Sometimes people don't talk as nicely as they could. Peace in your heart? Peace among us? Whatever peace you need right now, may this light give you hope for that peace. Amen. Vero, if you would join me. Oh, there she is. Let us now open ourselves up to acknowledge that we come here together, each with our own joys and sorrows, gifts and needs. Before us is water, the very sustenance of life. Water can buoy you up, nourish, cleanse, and replenish you. It is a source of life which creates beauty in the very making of tears. This community, like water, is the sustenance of our lives, especially when we remember our sacred obligation to one another, to buoy each other up in times of sadness, to nourish one another in times of want, to cleanse one another with acts of kindness and generosity, and to replenish one another when our hearts are weary and worn. Today, with this water, we are reminded visually of our sacred obligation to this, our beloved community. Vero will now add some salt for the tears that have fallen in the last week. May we remember that there are those among us in pain, so let us be tender with one another, for we don't know what is held in the silent sanctuary of one another's hearts. For those uplifting moments when we are touched by the bounty and beauty of nature, by a hug or a smile, by a caring act, we add some flower petals to remind us the beauty and joy that surrounds us. In a moment, you'll be invited to come up and take a pebble or just stone, whatever you like, for a joy or a sorrow to our collective bowl. But first, there are some people online who might want a pebble placed in the water. So Vero will do that for you. Thank you. And now if there are some of you who would like Vero to place pebbles in the water for you, if you would just raise your hand. You are now invited to come forward.
To me, come to me, Spirit of life, come unto me, sing in my heart all the stirrings of compassion, blowing the wind, rising the giving life the shape of justice. Roots hold me close, wings set me free. Spirit of life, come to me, come to me.
May all that we offer one another keep us connected and blessed within this hour and the week to come. May it be so. Amen. Now we have the opportunity to express our gratitude and commitment by sharing our financial resources. To contribute to the fellowship, please place your offering in the envelope, which is in the back of the pews, or donate to UUFEB at the QR code. There it is. But our offering today has another purpose, that of supporting a local organization that addresses the need of the underserved in our community. as part of what we call our Sunday Fund, one of our congregation's major social justice outreach efforts. Today's Sunday Fund recipient is Bike Walk, Indian River County. Bike Walk, Indian River County promotes safe bicycling and walking, distributes donated bikes to children and adults who can't afford them, provides free bicycle safety and maintenance classes, and advocates for a network of connected bike trails, shared use paths, and sidewalks. And now, as we receive the offering, let's do so generously and gratefully. Thank you. If you hadn't guessed, today is our flower communion. Not every Unitarian Universalist congregation chooses to celebrate the flower communion Sunday, but this one does. Unlike many other religions, Unitarian Universalists don't have any special holy days that we as a denomination must celebrate. Congregational polity means that each congregation freely chooses what they want to celebrate. We've chosen some rituals and services that are special to us, like the stones and water ritual, the lighting of the chalice, our new lighting of a flame for peace, fire communion, solstice service, Christmas Eve services, and of course our flower communion. The rituals and services mean something to the people here at the Unitarian Universalist Fellowship of Vero Beach. So we celebrate our flower communion. And as we do, I invite you to think, to reflect on what does it mean to you? Because it might mean something different to you than it does to the person sitting next to you. I'll share a little bit about what it means to me in a few minutes, but I invite you to think about for yourself. What does this offer you? What do you take away from this? It might be helpful to you as you go back out into the world. The Unitarian Universalist Flower Communion Service originated in 1923. It was originated by Dr. Norbert Čapek, founder of the Unitarian movement in Czechoslovakia. It was introduced to the United States by his wife, Reverend Maya Čapek. Norbert went to school here in the United States and became a Unitarian minister just after the First World War ended. He felt strongly about establishing Unitarianism in the country of his birth, even though it would be difficult because the Catholic Church was still very powerful in Czechoslovakia. But Norbert's fire of commitment, if you will, to our free faith would not be quenched. Maya wrote of this experience. We did not know anyone there, nor did the Czech people know anything about Unitarianism. We rented a concert hall for our first meeting, and it was jammed. Finally, we built our own place, and we called it Unitaria. The services were starkly simple. People came from many religious backgrounds, and none wanted to be reminded of their old churches. No robe was worn by the minister, no singing of hymns or prayers sung. Instead of passing a collection plate, people paid at the back as they entered. To avoid the appearance of organized religion, Norbert and Maya called their little church the Liberal Fellowship. The stated goal was to provide spiritual and ethical education and create a loving community based on individual freedom and universal affinity. The Čapek's church flourished over the years and became, between these two world wars, quickly became the largest Unitarian church in the world. Then the Nazis occupied Czechoslovakia during World War II. And the church and its members were threatened. Norbert knew that the people were frightened. Many in his congregation were beaten and put in prison. Some had their houses or business robbed. Some had their businesses shut down. Some were burned by the Nazi soldiers, their businesses, homes burned. Fear was prevalent everywhere. Worried what would happen next. Hope began to diminish. One of the annual services that Čapek had created for his church was the Flower Festival service. We call it the Flower Communion. On Sunday, everyone brought a flower with them to church. During the service, a communal vase was put at the front, and each person would place their flower in it. At the end of the service, each person returned to the vase and retrieved a flower different from the one they had brought and took it home with them. The flower festival symbolized that despite how hard life was, despite the persecution and threats surrounding their community, each person, of their own free will, had something beautiful to contribute to their community. And despite the intimidation and the government-sponsored terrorism around them, each person could find something beautiful to take with them from the community. This helped the members of the Liberal Fellowship to keep hope alive. Norbert continued to preach against Germany and their leader, Adolf Hitler, and the occupation. Eventually, his preaching got him sent to prison, and he was 70 years old when he went to prison, so he didn't last long. 4 months. Many of the Unitarian Universalists all over the world remember Norbert Chopik and practice this flower festival to this day. These are some words from the original flower festival from Dr. Norbert Chopik. In the name of Providence, which implants in the seed of the future trees and hearts, the longing for living in love. In the name of the highest in whom we move and who makes the parent, the sibling, and the friend what they are. In the name of sages and great religious leaders who sacrifice their lives to hasten the coming of peace and justice. Let us renew our resolution sincerely to be real family to one another, regardless of any kind of bar which estranges us one from the other. In this holy resolution, may we be strengthened, knowing that we are one family, one spirit, the spirit of love. Love unites us, and may we endeavor for a more perfect and more joyful life. My friends, like the Chopiks, we are facing difficult challenges in this country. And in times like these, we can forget that we are a beautiful unity in diversity, a beloved community. I know we're under a lot of stress right now and fearful of what is going on beyond these walls. It is easy to forget our principles and values when we are anxious and suffering. Thoughts can arise in us that perpetuate that fear. Thoughts like, what are the short-term and long-term negative impacts on our country under this administration? Will we really have a positive impact on the upcoming election? How will we protect those we love who are being persecuted? How will we manage the increased cost of living during this time of war? These thoughts can race through our minds, making it hard to remember the beauty and love of this community. When fear drives us, powerful things, reactions can happen. Anger, frustration, depression. Sometimes we even feed those demons. The fear and anger, frustration, sadness. We must not let fear snuff out our hope. We must remember as we celebrate this flower communion that despite how hard life is, despite the persecution and threats surrounding this community, each person here, of their own free will, has something beautiful to contribute to this fellowship and to our country. And despite the intimidation and government-sponsored oppression, each of us must find something beautiful to hold within them. Perhaps something from this community will help us keep hope alive within us and around us. And even with the anxiety, we must try to hold in our hearts our values and principles, to bring them to mind: love, justice, equity, transformation, pluralism, interdependence, and generosity. Love JetPig, my friends. It helps you remember our values. We're called to embrace a loving, compassionate attitude, regardless of what's going on in the world, in our country. You know, we enter the doors of this sanctuary, or in this building before we come into the sanctuary, and we see on the wall our 7 principles to help remind us of how to live in the world. To affirm and promote our first principle, the inherent worth and dignity of every person. Our second principle, asserting justice, equity, compassion in human relations, and all the rest. Even when it feels like doing so might not particularly help anything, and might even leave us vulnerable. We need the light of this faith and this community when we feel that vulnerability. Embodying our UU values and principles. And I can tell you from personal experience, given the struggles that we are all facing, I find that sometimes challenging. Heck, when I'm really anxious, it is difficult to remember all of our principles and values. When anxiety and stress, when one more decision comes out of that administration, I just say thank goodness for JetPay. We are especially tender right now. Some of us might say we have our emotions are up here and there's not much more we can take. So we need to be careful with one another. Gentle, loving, especially in times like these. And we must realize that with little emotional resilience and there's so much pressure, we might do things that hurt those around us or even forget to take care of ourselves. So hold in your hearts. Remember to forgive one another and ourselves and begin again in love, again and again and again. This is another reason we gather here. I might say it's the most basic reason we gather here. That we realize we are imperfect beings. I know I am. We try our best. We make mistakes. But in our heart of hearts, we know the only way to keep this community safe, living our values, living forgiveness and tolerance, understanding, and staying in relationship with one another, with love and trust as our guide. Or as Chopik wrote, let us renew our resolution sincerely to be real family to one another, regardless of any kind of bar which estranges us one from another. In this holy resolution, may we be strengthened, knowing that we are one family, one spirit, the spirit of love. It is love that unites us. I believe in this community. I love this community, and I believe you do too. May this flower communion remind us of the delicate, beautiful, and loving fellowship we share with one another and the work we're called to do in the world. Let's continue to build love and trust and strengthen our belief in one another in this wonderful, amazing, beloved community. Amen.
How many of you are familiar with Carrie Newcomer? You will love this song. It's a great song. You want to sing along at the refrain, feel free to. It's great. let's not be burdened as living in the margins. There is room at the table for everyone. This is where it all begins. This is how we gather in. There is room at the table for everyone. There is room for us all, and no gift is too small. There is room at the table for everyone. There's enough if we share. Come on, pull up a chair. There is room at the table for everyone. Too long we have wandered, burdened and undone, but there is room at the table for everyone. Let us sing the new world in. This is how it all begins. There is room at the table for everyone. There is room for us all, and no gift is too small. There is room at the table for everyone. There's enough if we share. Come on, pull up a chair. There is room at the table for everyone. No matter who you are, no matter where you're from, there is room at the table for everyone. Here and now we can be the beloved community. There is room at the table for everyone. There is room for us all, and no gift is too small. There is room at the table for everyone. There's enough if we share. Come on, pull up a chair. There is room at the table for everyone.
Almost time, almost. Before we give out the flowers, or you choose a flower, we're going to bless the flowers. Reverend Dr. Chopik said specific words to consecrate, he used that word, to consecrate the flowers for the Flower Festival. I've embedded some of those words in the blessing this morning. For those who may struggle with the word blessing, I just say, think of it as something special about an object or person. You're offering something important, something good, something meaningful to them. In the spirit or prayer or meditation, let us offer our blessing to the flowers. Infinite Spirit of life, we ask your blessing on these messengers of fellowship and love. May they remind us amid diversities of knowledge and of gifts to be one in desire and affection and devotion to the sacredness of life. May they also remind us of the value of comradeship, of doing and sharing alike. May we cherish friendship as a most precious gift. May we not let awareness of another's talents discourage us or sully our relationship. May we realize that whatever we can do, great or small, the efforts of all of us are needed to do the work that is vital in this world. May the blessings of those gathered here be on these flowers and on the members and friends of this community, UUFEB, whose diversity and unity keep this congregation, this beacon of love and hope, thriving here in Vero Beach. Amen. One more second. By exchanging the flowers, we show our willingness to walk together in our search for truth, in our nurturance of one another, in our rejection of injustice and inequity, setting aside attitudes and actions that divide us rather than unite us. We offer this flower communion annually as a community ritual because it reminds us that our religion is not something we do alone. Whatever you brought, whether you brought a flower or not, we invite you to take part in this flower communion. Take a flower and know that beauty and grace and joy and love are not matters of reciprocity. In this world, we cannot earn or deserve that which is most important. It comes to us as a gift. Therefore, knowing how to receive is as fully important as knowing how to give. You're invited to take a flower, one you did not bring. As you take your chosen flower, please note its particular shape and beauty. Please remember to handle it carefully. It is a gift that someone else has brought to you. It represents that person's unique humanity and therefore deserves your kindest touch. Now, our children are going to bring the baskets of flowers out. Please choose as you will as the basket comes around, and be blessed. Did everybody get a flower? Don't be sure. Okay. May our thriving be reflected in our unity and diversity. May joy always ripple out from this community. May our flourishing be communal, mutual, and contagious. The garden, not a prize.
And now we have our final hymn. It's going to be number 305 in the gray hymnal, if you want to use that, but it's also going to be up on the screens. And we're going to sing the last verse in Spanish. I'm very excited. Please rise in body or spirit as you are willing and or able.
All the colors, yes, the colors we see in the springtime with all of its flowers. All the colors, when the sunlight shines out through a rift in the cloud and it showers. All the colors, as a rainbow appears when a storm cloud is touched by the storm. All the colors are love for the whole world around and for everyone under the sun. All the colors, yes, the colors of people parading on Bonneville with their banners. All the colors, yes, the colors of pennants and streamers and plumes and bandanas. All the colors, yes, the colors of people now taking their place in the sun. All the colors of love for the whole world around and for everyone under the sun. All the colors, yes, the black and the whites and the red and the brown and the yellow. All the colors of people who smile and shake hands and say hello. All the colors, yes, the colors of people who know that their freedom is more. All the colors abound for the whole world around and for everyone under the sun. Okay, get ready. De colores te visten los campos en la primavera. De colores son los pajaritos que vienen de fuera. De colores es el arco iris que vemos lucir. Y por eso los grandes amores de muchos colores me gustan a mí. You guys did great. Surprise!
I want to thank the children for helping us in the flower communion. Thank you very much. Well, we have wandered together for a little while. Now the wider world awaits. With its riddles and revelations, my friends, walk gently. Listen for the quiet what if beneath the noise of your everyday lives. May curiosity keep your spirit open, and most especially, your hearts wide. Amen.